we've talked about this in the past, but why Buffalo? You had a no-trade clause. You did not have to come to Buffalo.
Yeah, I think for me the thing that stands out is the players here, the young core that they have, I think, in sort of what they're building and what the future looks like. And then I think after you get sort of through the hockey stuff, you start to look at the city and the organization, ownership and management, coaching staff. And for me, everyone I talk to that used to play here or that knows someone that played here, everything was positive in that respect. And then I think you sort of look back at all the boxes and they sort of are all checked off and they're all positive, and then you make your decision, I think, and that's sort of how I ended up here.
Was it time for a change? Correct me if I'm wrong, but do you think for both sides maybe a change of scenery was what was best? Yeah,
I think that's just sort of what happens sometimes, especially in sort of in any business, but in sports specifically. I think sometimes the best thing for both sides is a fresh start, and for me, I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited Buffalo gave me that opportunity, and I'm ready to get going.
So here we are, we're just a couple days away. Is it excitement? Is it nerves? Is it a combination of all of them? I know this isn't your first rodeo, but you have to be just a little bit jazzed up.
Yeah, it's excitement for sure. I think anytime you're in sort of a new situation, and it's always exciting. I think it's always exciting playing in the NHL, but for me, my first time playing for another team, and a little bit closer to home, so family's going to be able to watch a little bit. So yeah, really excited.
Basically, from the minute that you were dealt to the Sabres, a lot of people slotted you along the left side with Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart. It took a little while for that trio to kind of come together with the Reinhart situation and everything. But how has the chemistry been thus far? Because there's been production in the limited time that we've got to see you guys together.
Yeah, it's been good. I think for me, obviously being the new guy, those two guys have played together in the past. They have some pretty good chemistry to start with, I think. And I just try and sort of slide in and not disrupt it as much as I can. I think they're two really good players. And I think just sort of as you go along playing with any new players, you're probably going to take some time to sort of realize where they like the puck or where they like to be when you have the puck. And I think the way the preseason's sort of shaken out, I think we've sort of adjusted to those kinds of things pretty smoothly, and hopefully we can continue that.
For Sabres fans who haven't watched a ton of you play when you were in Carolina, they Google you, they find your numbers, they see that you can put the puck in the back of the net. What is your game? How would be the best way of simply describing what you do well, or at least you think you do well?
I think probably offensively, I'm usually counted on to produce. I think, and I don't have the hardest shot, so usually my goals are a little bit closer to the net. So yeah, just being good, sort of in all three zones. But I think offensively, I think playing down low and sort of getting a cycle game going, and maybe finding some rebounds here and there, and trying to put them in and get our team on the board. That's probably my best summary.
I know it was asked to you literally on your conference call the day you got traded. At some point this year, your contract is going to get brought up by reporters, by fans, by whoever it might be. When do you start to think about that? Is there a timeline, or is it kind of a fluid situation, and when it happens, it happens?
Yeah, I think when it happens, it happens. I think for me, sort of with everything that's gone on, all the change that's gone on, for me personally, I think it's been easy to sort of put that out of my mind and just focus on playing, focus on getting adjusted here. And I think when you move to a new team or a new city, there's plenty of things on and off the ice that you have to sort of adjust to, and I think for me that adjustment's gone smoothly, and hopefully it continues to do so, and I think that stuff will sort itself out at the end of the day.
Have you gotten acclimated to the area, kind of settled yourself in? And I guess what did you know about the area beforehand?
Well, I hear it gets cold and it snows a lot, but I'm from Toronto, so it's time for me to toughen back up, I guess. And but I think just I heard that it's a real sense of community here, and people are really nice and they get behind the team. And for me, I think I've seen that in my limited time here so far. But just sort of being around the rink and then around the community, you can sort of feel. I think especially this year, there's a buzz around the city, and people are really excited for the hockey season to start, and I'm right there with them and ready to get going.
I know this is a new team for you. This is going to be your first game with the Sabres. But from your time here so far, why do you think this team can turn things around and go from a team that was the worst team in hockey last year to a team that's competing for a playoff spot or maybe even more?
Yeah, I think for me, what I've seen is a pretty small sample size with just being here for a few weeks, and but I think again the pieces they have here, the talent they have, the young players that they have coming up, and I think playing against some of the guys, you don't really realize how skilled they are, but I think once you get to see them in practice every day, you sometimes gain more of an appreciation. I've seen that with quite a few guys here, and then I think the mindset. I think obviously there's been a lot of change here. There's been a lot of talk about changing the way things are and changing the way things are going on a trajectory. And for me coming in, that's pretty exciting, I think, and I'm excited to just sort of be a small piece of that.
Last question. Do me a favor. Finish this sentence. 2018-2019 will be a successful season if.
Or we make the playoffs. That's it. That's all I got for that one.